Good morning to everybody. Thank you for attending my presentation. And my topic today is about renewable energy and energy efficiency projects in Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. I'm gonna start with the content. So I will present you a little bit, or give you some facts about the energy situation in Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. Then I will go over to the organizations and projects in these countries. I will expand to a very interesting organization as I find, the Bedford College. Then I will say something about a startup with a very great business model. And I will present in the end some mini solutions that might be implemented in Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. So first of all, the energy situation in these two countries is difficult. First of all, the power to ratio in the country is over 30%, and more than 50% of the population lives in the rural areas. The electricity transition and distribution systems are in really bad conditions, especially the rural population suffers a lot from the old infrastructure, from the instability of voltages and high losses, so there are a lot of power shortages. This is why the rural population has to use local biomass resources such as dung or charcoal or wood, leading to deforestation, pollution, indoor and outdoor, and high opportunity costs of, for example, time. The UN estimated that there is a high potential for renewable energies in both countries, and especially solar would be sufficient to power both countries. So now I would like to look at the organizations that work with renewable energy and energy efficiency solutions for these rural poor clients. The first organization I would like to introduce is the RAPIC platform, which was founded in 2004 by 3 Swiss federal officers with the goal of promoting know-how and technology transfer in developing and transitioning countries. And this platform's main principle is that all organizations have to comply with is that every project developer has to work with local interest groups and so cooperate with them and include them in their decisions, which is very important, like for every project on the platform. So I would like to introduce 3 projects on the platform. First one is the technology and know-how transfer for small hydropower. It is a pilot project which is still ongoing in the Pamir region. Because of the unreliable electricity supply in this region, the community officials decided to build a small hydropower plant. And now PAMIRLINK, a Swiss NGO which is implementing renewable energy and ecotourism projects, has decided to help them to revise, expand, and upgrade the existing small hydropower plant in order to supply the whole village with electricity. Which is very important in this project is that local engineers and mechanics are trained during the implementation phase to be able to build efficient turbines, to carry out revisions and upgrade hydropower plants by themselves. The second project I would like to introduce has to do with energy efficiency. So there is a lack of energy efficiency and anti-seismic standards for building in Tajikistan, and Caritas Schweiz, which is acting in Tajikistan since the 90s, is trying to implement the project of defining new energy efficiency standards and involve the population and train the local partners. So the results of this project were that 15 houses were built with a new standard, and 80 professionals could be trained in different construction techniques. There were a lot of workshops for teachers, students, government officials, and other partners. And you can read the full report. I put the link down. The third project was the installation of residential houses and energy efficient stoves in Kyrgyzstan, implemented by the Center for Development and Environment of the University of Bern. Here the goal was to promote household insulation and energy efficient stoves. and to cooperate with microfinance institutions to give the local partners the opportunity to be able to build the efficient stoves by themselves. And 50 to 70%, with this project, 50 to 70% of the energy consumption could be reduced. So there was a reduced coal use, lower health risks. The local craftsmen who were building the ovens could generate additional income. There were a lot of benefits for the environment and so on. So it was a very interesting project as well. Welthungerhilfe, which is a German aid organization, implementing a lot of projects as well, and working with the principle of help for self-help, was implementing a similar project in Tajikistan as well, with energy efficient ovens, with a similar results. So energy was reduced, and the health risk was reduced as well. Local population could be trained, and a lot of such projects of with energy efficient ovens are executed all over the world, because cooking is one of the main reasons for health risks in developing and transitioning countries. So it is actually a project that is really important. Another organization which is very interesting is the Women in Europe for a Common Future. It is implementing solutions locally and influencing policies internationally. So they act locally by training people, and at the same time they are working with over 150 organizations in over 50 countries to as well influence the politics in the countries. It is a non-profit, non-governmental organization and has expertise in capacity building, policy advocacy, and outreach campaign. One of the main thematic areas is energy. So I would like to introduce a project they did in Kyrgyzstan, which was to create local capacity via sustainable energy and sanitation. So they installed, they adapted 3 technologies for an improved living. These are energy efficient stoves, solar collectors for warm water, and EcoSan toilets. These toilets are of that kind that they do not need water for flushing, they do not smell, and do not attract flies, which is important in these areas. And this was installed as it was built up as a pilot project and installed in public places. Again, with the production being locally and the people being trained to be able to actually produce the stoves and some parts of the toilets, for example. An organization that is not yet operating in Tajikistan nor in Kyrgyzstan is the Barefoot College. It is an expanding organization, very interesting. It has a global mission of empowering the rural poor, integrating Mahatma Gandhi's ideals in its lifestyle and work ethics. It's now in over 70 countries in Africa, Latin America, and Southern Asia, and it's still expanding. So they provide solutions for different, for solar, water, education, professions, and advocacy. And I'm going to introduce you to some solar projects with the goal of create employment, boost income, and provide self-reliant solutions by, again, educating the population and by establishing rural production. So, for example, there is solar lighting project where middle-aged women from rural villages are trained to become solar engineers, or as well parabolic solar cookers are produced by illiterate and semi-literate women, which gives them a certain responsibility in their community and in their villages, and this is very important for the status of the woman, for being able to generate additional income and so on. I would like to talk now about Mobisol, a startup from Berlin, Germany, and it was established in 2010 and since then it has installed over 50 solar home systems in East Africa. The startup has a very interesting business model because it combines the solar energy with an affordable payment system via mobile phone, which is just possible, or which is affordable for low-income customers. The product is ready to use and easy to install. It ranges from 80 to 200 watt peak, and it comes complete. So it's a solar home system. It comes complete with LEDs, portable lantern, mobile phone charger, and other components. The installment plan is pretty simple and very flexible. It's 36 months where customers can pay off the system at their convenience. There is a 3-year warranty for the battery and a 20-year guarantee for the solar panel, which after 3 years belongs to the customers. Another thing that is very interesting, Mobisol has established an academy where they train local entrepreneurs and contractors to being able to help the customers and to spread the idea, so like marketing staff is trained as well. The price is between $320 and $1,300 US around, with monthly payments between $10 and $47. The startup is working with a lot of different organizations, international organizations and NGOs, like, well, actually they work with the UN, with World Bank, so a lot of different international organizations. And the impact is very interesting as well, because it could be shown that the quality of life was improved. There is now a reliable energy source which belongs to the customers after 3 years. There is no indoor pollution or noise pollution. There are a lot of socioeconomic opportunities because people now have brighter lights. They feel more secure due to the longer lighting hours. They improve their productivity, and the education is improved. A lot of small businesses could be empowered to, for example, businesses like which sell the excess energy, or barber shops, phone and lantern charging stations could be opened. Employment was fostered because now a lot of marketing staff was trained in the rural areas, and local technicians as well. And there are definitely environmental benefits, as there is less pollution in CO2. Still, it might be that in Kyrgyzstan or in Tajikistan there is not enough, that it's still too expensive. So one could provide some mini solutions for just lightings. For example, this console solar jar is about $40 and is a high-tech product from South Africa, which stores energy during the day and then releases it at night. It has 4 solar-powered LEDs and an integrated battery, again with a lot of benefits for the customers. And such similar solutions could be bought for even less cost, so between $10 and $25 US, with a lot of different product types from China. I have put some of the companies that provide this products here to help the poorest of the poor. So that was my presentation. Thank you very much.